A few notes are as follows upon the entities. Me, M-E-E, includes 5 brothers. Me, Minx, Mij, Mejdesqui, Mies. It is essentially one body with 5 heads and are separate, and they live in soul, kind of with Earth, just beneath her, yet beside her. Myrter is pre-Egyptian, which was defeated. There is Mezene. This is the energy which says you have to wait, and then one never receives. Diver was demilitarized at Stone Age Stonehenge, the original city civilization called Ariston. Dead is a Machiavellian connection. Vivaldi's live forever. I saw some when I was in the Tibetan area, and there was an Ante-Bun culture who stole blood from victims, processed them in some kind of extraterrestrial stone casket, and this is how longevity energy was actually usurped and priested into the wares of disease culture. In Nepal, the worst of them has been Dinah. It is so extreme that others say, "Oh my God," in disbelief. I remember coming across some child carcasses, and there were starving dogs trying to get at the carcasses as children threw rocks at the dogs to try and get them away. It was at first not known to me the purpose. I kicked the carcass, which was wrapped in plastic, onto the street, and the woman threw a brick at me. Obtained upon my chest, deflecting it. It didn't hurt, and so I went home. Maelstrom was killed by a curse. Another's creature body was destroyed in the Pleiades in the 1990s. And there is one Magamagov. He was in the South Arctic, killed by Earth-Acadian enemies. Madrell. The Madrell entities had been forced into the cavern and killed him, thinking he was weak. Arizona had McGregor, and I heard stories of people hanging and they were tarred in the woods. All kinds of scary stuff is in those woods, it was said. And with replacing McGregor is McGrebel, whose industry runs a gravel pit, and as I lived there for a while, I was nearby listening outside of the fence upon the old-style Nazi traps which are set, and rocks set to kill hobos, and which do. as they fall. There are certain geometric patterns in display which make one suffer injury, if not excellent. It is Maraush, which is of the prison scandalations culture. And sometimes even psychological materials fed, giving people a false, phony view that going to prison is being part of the big team, helping out in some actual way, when it's exactly the opposite of that. There's ones upon native cultures, there's ones upon society. My father has connections with Ldii. I remember one old black ops or special operation which he was inclined in. As such, every group has sometimes to accept the black. So they wear berets, and he was wearing one, if he was one, and his nickname was to be Ldii, and he was not allowed to join us. And Ldii of Lakewood, Ohio, don't you know that when he's speaking to you on his radio, as he is a ham operator, I believe he sometimes uses a CB, or ham, well, when he's talking to you, mister, he's wearing a beret, and it was said that if he ever did again, he would be killed. And he may even have still the picture of our vacation wherein he's wearing one, illegally fashioned, and so there you are, you have it. Ankh is big in Lakewood. Every section of Earth has different holidays. Megamoth is of the Eastern Hemisphere. And on this last holiday, I was having to stay in some woods where there are houses nearby, and I could hear people getting shot and responded to, and I could hear a hammer beating somebody's head to death, and you have to kill them by the 6th blow, or it's hell of heaven for you. And then I heard, shut up, you goddamn kids, and, well, they were quiet then. And there are also materials sold, like air conditioning canisters, and, well, this can be used to stop bleeding upon impact, if need be is there to cover it up, which is a joke. Absurd. There is a Luciferian heaven, autumnis gris, the calm before the cold of dismember, to be the light. And so this is an area which is actually the calmness of the wait for Wayne to do his duty with thunder in faulty sublime. It is earth upon. It is a gray mist, and I see it often. I'm spoken to now. Lucifer is an angel, as there are primarily 7. There was once a conglomeration of the six as the black one went off. And he knew that life was going to go on, and so he created a contraption. His name, Zygolemoth. And there are many names sequestered to each one, such as Moloch, another major here in this area I am in now. The one of child sacrificial. He has names like Murdoch, possibly more. So, Zygolemoth created this contraption, and he went back to the angels, which appeared as owls, formed together in union, and he remarked into the heavens of space, which were soon to be spawned with my jaws. They will eat in them. And now I can go see what will they do. What will they do now that I have contraption? He appeared to them with his red, glaring eyes, and he showed them. One opened hers. But did they act? Did they impair? Did they jarry? Did they tear? Not. It was, they stared. Fecedent! And they scattered. 3 of them, leaving 3 conglomerated together. 2 were convinced it was another's fault, 1 left in defense, and he swiled and wiled and looked at the other, impaired as they could not motion, and left them there. And so the war for what had been started, even before life began. Normally, the extremely long list of Luciferian entities is read in Zepalter, the Luciferian alphabet, which has different names for each letter, and as they are read backwards, the one which we would primarily call the first has AAL attached to it. All, ball, call, doll, L, fall, gall, hall, isle, jawl, call, lol, mal, now, oal, paul, call, rawl, sol, tall, wal, val, wal, xol, zal. It may be in absolution correct that different sets of this 26 alphabet, Zepalter, is read differently, such as in skipped line systems. I do not know. The last of Z is read backwards once, then read backwards again, then read backwards twice. then it is read forwards, that is repeated. Last asunder Z is not Alphas of beginning, but Azaleas of end, including two, Alien and Aliex. If one is witnessed without clan, one is alien. If alien is disturbed, as in part of new clan or deserved, one is Aliex. It is my hope that I can do a more extendable list, as this has been a soft one. As the network works, or disworks, if one has plans, then one's plans are dismayed. And so the Dark Angel cannot be killed, not slain, but slewed, must be used otherwise, in detail fashion, in pain, until the end. Evolution, as it heaps itself, must be done in a way which continues the cycle. And as continues so there, though it must. And inequality must not be an effect of the heavens, which is controlled absolutely by the earth.